Hi, I'm Adrianne.
And Kerri Ann.
So, what are options for senior living?
Oh, we have a whole bunch of options. So independent living, like I stated, is a lot of my folks that live in a home that maybe are kind of getting overwhelmed with the costs of a house, like the air conditioning can run out, or even a hose or light bulbs or whatever that may be, and they want more ease of living, and maybe they don't want to move into a 55 plus senior community where they would buy another house or or a mobile home park, those type of things. And so they like that community feel. So they'll move into independent living where it is their own apartment, and basically they are fully independent. There are meals that are available for them. A lot of independent communities will do 1 or 2 meals, but they have their own kitchen. They can cook their meals. They can attend to restaurant style meals with their friends. But the nice thing is that it's an all-inclusive price. And there is transportation available, activities. It's kind of like very similar to what I say assisted living is that it is a cruise ship without water. So you have your own space, your own private apartment, you open your door and life is outside the door. If anything breaks, they come and fix it. They have housekeeping, there's just a whole bunch there, but it's fully independent. So assisted living then is very similar to that. However, the assisted living environment has a license over it and a healthcare team that's on site. And that team is to help those people with things they may need assistance with. Medication management is a popular one, but all the way up to hands-on care. And it is brought to them in the privacy of their own apartment. So my folks that live in assisted living can live everything that I just said independent living is what assisted living is, except there's care involved. So you could have a neighbor that is fully independent and has no care, and you could be getting some care, and your other neighbor could be getting a lot of care, but it's all done in the privacy of your home. And then all the amenities of assisted living is there, as well as a care team to be able to help you live your best life very independently, but you get that care. Then we have memory care environments, and there's multiple of those. Memory care environments are secure environment, and it can be within a community that has independent and assisted living. And then we have standalone memory care only, where the only thing they focus on, the entire community is based just for people with cognitive impairment or memory care issues. And that is a secure environment. One of the biggest questions that we get with memory care is that if my loved one even has a memory care diagnosis, cognitive impairment, dementia, Alzheimer's, does that mean they automatically have to go to memory care? And that's no, absolutely not. Memory care is very specific when somebody with a memory care issue or cognitive impairment is a flight risk. So let's say that they're in assisted living and they don't recognize that they're walking out the door and, they've got to go to work. They're just not understanding that them leaving the building could cause them harm. They can get confused. So that secure environment then becomes necessary for them to live their best lives and to do it safely. Because I have a lot of folks that are in assisted living that have cognitive impairment or diagnosis of dementia or Alzheimer's, but in that environment, they're very successful. So that's memory care. And then we have other types of senior living. We have behavioral, because many times folks that have behavioral diagnoses or maybe cognitive impairments that have a behavioral component to it, they need a different program. And so those behavioral environments are more specific to them. And then I also do traumatic brain injury, TBI placements, and there's very specific placements that are there for them. So for seniors, we've got a whole variety of environments for them that are tailored completely to them.
Well, I think that's nice because it is also those that may not need the care at the moment could be in a senior living and then move their way up, but they're still in the same surroundings.
Exactly.
So they have that being comfortable,
Yeah.
that they know where they're at, they have the friends, they're all just,
and I have a
slowly
lot of
going
folks
with
that
life.
are very independent. I have some that are even still working, driving, all of that, but they choose to move into an assisted living environment because being in that apartment, they get settled. They, just like you said, they make friends, they get the lay of the land. They love the fact that they don't have to grocery shop anymore. They could have transportation when they don't want to drive, activities, friends, all of that. But they know that when they do need care in the future, they don't have to move again.
Yeah.
And so they love just doing that. And the senior living communities out there, people can come and go as they please. So that fallacy of, when I move to assisted living, now everybody's going to tell me what to do and everybody's watching me and I don't have any independence. It's actually the opposite, because it isn't your family members bothering you about, what do you need? Did you go to the doctor? Did you take your meds? Now your family becomes your family. You have your own privacy, you have your own apartment, and you have a care team that's there to help you with exactly what you need, little or a lot. And then you come and go as you please.
I love that, and I think that's where a lot of people don't understand how it works and why sometimes that is better.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about that with those who live in active adult communities that are older. A lot of times they don't even leave their home.
No.
Because they can't, or they don't know anyone in the neighborhood, so they are isolated and all alone until they can get to a facility where they can start meeting people and people are coming in or out and interacting with them.
Yes, and I see a lot of my folks, and it's sad. I mean, people that have lived big, amazing, wonderful lives, and as they age and things change, whether it's a spouse that passes or maybe a health condition, when they live in that big community and there's so much going on, it's still their individual house, and they open that door and there's a lot between them and everyone else. And that space gets bigger and bigger and scarier as people's health changes, as things in their life change. And it's a lot different in a community where you open the door and life is right outside the door in air conditioning with a lot of other folks that are super similar to them. Maybe they need to use a walker now, or maybe they don't, or maybe, they're a little confused sometimes, or just maybe they just want to be around people that in an easier fashion without having to get in the car and deal with the heat and do all that. So it is sad to see people decline in their own home under those circumstances, when I know what could be available to them if they would just open up their minds a little bit to take a chance to look at what those options are.
I agree. I feel like once they would see it and understand it.
Yeah.